Okarun never imagined that when he wished to grow strong enough to defeat the evil master, Granny would simply open a dungeon for him to gain combat experience. It was a little dangerous, but the results were instant. After clearing it once, he gained an epic boost, strong enough to headbutt and knock out 5 sparring musicians in a single blow. That alone meant he had surpassed the evil master, who couldn't unleash 5 strikes in one beat. Not long before, Beethoven had demanded to know who was making such noise, and when Okarun and Era thought of retreating, Granny deliberately provoked them into a fight. There was no avoiding this battle. As they transformed to dodge the first soundwave attack, Mozart summoned a massive violin construct, firing notes like bullets. Okarun struggled to evade, while swatting at the notes, only to realize many were bombs, exploding in chains when struck. Others were rest symbols that froze the body upon contact. Their opponents then invoked Symphony No. 6, transforming the battlefield into a soft pastoral landscape that hindered movement. Ira's agility after transformation helped her weave through the barrage with ease, but compared to her, Okarun was clumsy and overwhelmed. While dodging, she tried to counterattack using her hair, but with enemies controlling the skies and bombs everywhere, there was no opening. A single distraction left Okarun struck by an embarrassment cord, locking him in place for a brutal barrage. Fortunately, the musicians had no sense of finishing blows. Just as he began to lose hope, Granny snapped at him, "Stop sulking and move with the rhythm of the music." He remembered the recent death metal session and finally understood her point. Meanwhile, Ira stepped on a trap and was caught just as the enemies intensified their assault. Clutching her tightly, Okarun charged forward, moving to the beat of heavy metal, nimbly dodging the exploding notes. Using the smoke for cover, he reached her position, yanked Karajan down with her hair, and drove a kick straight into him, forcing a reversion. The remaining 5 musicians, now cautious, exchanged glances and combined their powers. The scene shifted into a colossal opera house. Symphony No. 9 began, and giant singers appeared at the center, spewing forth endless minions in a human wave tactic. The only path to victory was eliminating the 5 conductors. Ira ensnared one singer with her hair and dragged him upward, carrying Okarun out of the mob. The enemies didn't hesitate to strike down their own ally. When another massive strike was unavoidable, she shoved Okarun down instead, letting him target the conductors while she drew fire. Even heavily injured, her endurance as a legendary iron performer allowed her to keep fighting, forcing the enemies to clash against each other. Within several exchanges, 4 giant singers were down. Okarun pushed through the swarm, inching closer to the real targets. He feared his full power could only be used twice, not enough to kill all 5. Granny shouted, "Strike once, but let it resonate 5 times." In her hands, such a feat would be effortless. The dungeon was finally cleared. The scene dissolved back into the music classroom, all wounds restored, as if nothing had happened. He turned to Era, sincerely thanking her. Without her, defeating the musicians would have been impossible. For the first time, she truly felt moved by him. Before, she might have just fangirled over how cool he looked. Granny explained that the spirits of the musicians were born from students' fear of portraits. At 2 a.m., if one played the piano, these phantoms would appear, kill them there, and the person in reality would die too. That was why she had pushed Okarun to fight with life and death resolve. The trial awakened in him a sense of rhythm, but Granny hinted her powers went far beyond this. As they prepared to leave, she accidentally stepped on a piano key. Meanwhile, Manjiro earnestly persuaded Gigi to abandon the evil master. Keeping a time bomb by one side would only bring ruin. If left unresolved, their safety and family bonds would forever be threatened. So tomorrow's exorcism ritual was non-negotiable. This time, Granny stayed silent, as if tacitly approving her disciple's judgment. Suddenly, Okarun's voice called Gigi outside. He gave no explanation of where he had been, only told Era to be ready to drench Gigi with cold water at any moment. He admitted that when Momo was attacked by the evil master, his fury proved just how dangerous that man was. Accepting him was unthinkable, yet he promised he would help protect Gigi's determination to shield the evil master. Manjiro tried to intervene, saying the decision was already made and there was no need to fight further. But Granny declared firmly, "The young man has spoken like a warrior. Don't strip him of his pride."